Will Smith's Guide to Overcoming Fear and Embracing Failure. In a world where success often seems out of reach, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by fear and the constant pressure of failure. But what if I told you there's a guide out there, one that's been tested and refined by one of the most successful entertainers of our time, Will Smith? This isn't just about his career achievements. It's about his journey towards overcoming fear and embracing failure. Let me tell you this. Will Smith's Guide to Overcoming Fear and Embracing Failure is a beacon of hope and a roadmap for anyone looking to navigate life's challenges with courage and resilience. The hook, a thought-provoking question. Have you ever sat back and wondered why some people seem to have it all figured out while others struggle endlessly? Why do some succeed despite setbacks, while others let fear paralyze them? Let me ask you this. Have you ever had the feeling that every time you take a step forward, you're taking 2 steps back because of fear? Understanding fear and failure. Fear is not just an emotion, it's a survival mechanism. It warns us when we're in danger, but it can also hold us back from achieving our goals. Failure, on the other hand, is a natural part of the learning process. Will Smith, in his book, teaches us that failure is not the opposite of success, but rather a necessary step on the path to greatness. He believes that fear is often the biggest obstacle standing between us and our dreams. Real-life example, from fear to success. Let's dive into Will Smith's story. Growing up, he faced numerous obstacles. His father, a single parent, struggled with addiction which deeply affected young Will. Despite these challenges, Will didn't let fear stop him. Instead, he used his experiences to fuel his determination. He was determined to become an actor and eventually landed a role in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. This was a turning point in his life, but it wasn't without its share of fear and failure. During his early days in Hollywood, Will faced rejection after rejection. Yet, he didn't let these failures deter him. Instead, he learned to embrace each setback as a lesson and continued to work hard. Personal anecdote, overcoming self-doubt. I remember a time in my own life when I felt paralyzed by fear. I had always dreamed of being a professional writer, but every time I sat down to write, fear would creep in, telling me that my ideas were bad and no one would read them. One day, I decided to take a leap of faith. I wrote a short story and sent it to a local writing contest. To my surprise, I won first place. That victory gave me the confidence to keep pushing forward. Every time I face self-doubt now, I remind myself of that moment and how far I've come since then. Key lessons from Will Smith. Will Smith emphasizes several key lessons in his guide. First, he teaches us to identify and confront our fears. He says, "You cannot conquer fear until you face it." This means acknowledging what scares us and then taking small steps to overcome those fears. Next, he stresses the importance of resilience. He tells us, failure is not the end of the road, it's just another road. This mindset helps us see setbacks as opportunities to learn and grow rather than as insurmountable obstacles. Embracing failure. One of the most powerful lessons in Will Smith's guide is the idea of embracing failure. He explains that failure is a natural part of the creative process. In fact, he argues that great artists and thinkers often fail more than others because they are more willing to try new things. He shares a story about how he once wrote a screenplay that was rejected by studios. Instead of giving up, he rewrote it and submitted it again. This time, it was accepted, leading to his breakout role in Men in Black. Practical tips for overcoming fear. So how can we apply these lessons to our daily lives? Will Smith offers practical tips. One of the most effective strategies is to set small, achievable goals. Instead of aiming for a big dream right away, break it down into smaller steps. For example, if your goal is to run a marathon, start by running a few miles a week. As you progress, gradually increase the distance. This approach builds confidence and reduces the feeling of overwhelming fear. Cultivating resilience. Cultivating resilience is another crucial aspect of Will Smith's guide. He suggests practicing gratitude and mindfulness. By focusing on the positive aspects of your life and staying present, you can build mental toughness. He recommends finding someone who can support you during tough times. Having a mentor or a friend who believes in you can make a significant difference. In conclusion, Will Smith's Guide to Overcoming Fear and Embracing Failure is a valuable resource for anyone seeking to navigate life's challenges with courage and resilience. Remember, fear and failure are not enemies. They are tools that can help you grow and achieve greatness. So, let's embrace our journeys, learn from our mistakes, and never let fear stand in our way. Here's something you should know. The next time you feel scared, take a deep breath and think about Will Smith's words. You have the power to turn fear into fuel and failure into a stepping stone to success. Final thought. Life is full of unpredictable twists and turns, but with the right mindset and a willingness to learn from each experience, we can overcome fear and embrace failure. Will Smith's Guide is a testament to this truth. So, let's continue to push ourselves, stay resilient, and never forget that every step forward, even if it feels like 2 steps back, is still progress.